hours of Thursday, September 22nd, in the 16th District in the 400 block of North 35th Street. We, during the course of the investigation over the last day, have developed a video. It's going to be released to you. I think the video needs some explanation, at least for what we're seeing. We obviously released a redacted version of this video for obvious reasons, but we want Captain Smith will go over the video and what we see, and we're hoping somebody that recognizes this individual will be able to help us. All right, so I'll turn things over to Captain Smith.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm just going to read a brief synopsis of the job, and then we'll get into the video that we recovered, capturing this horrific incident. On Thursday, September 22nd, at approximately 12:34 a.m., officers from the 16th Police District responded to a report of gunshots in the area of 400 North 35th Street. Upon arrival, officers located a shooting victim who was identified as Everett Beauregard, 23 years old. He was lying on the sidewalk, unconscious. Mr. Beauregard sustained a gunshot wound to the back of his neck. He was transported by police to Penn Presbyterian Medical Center. Mr. Beauregard succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced at 1:01 a.m. Our preliminary investigation indicates that after having left a get-together with friends in South Philadelphia, Mr. Beauregard utilized public transportation and got off of a train in the area of 34th and Market Streets. It would appear that Mr. Beauregard intended to walk the rest of the way to his apartment on the 3400 block of Spring Garden Street. We've recovered video surveillance in the area, which shows Mr. Beauregard traveling on foot northbound on 35th Street in the direction of his residence. Video surveillance also captures the offender in this incident walking southbound on 35th Street towards Mr. Beauregard. As Mr. Beauregard passes the offender quickly turns around and immediately begins firing at Mr. Beauregard as his back is turned towards him. Mr. Beauregard is struck one time in the base of his neck, severing his spinal cord. Mr. Beauregard is observed collapsing onto the sidewalk. The offender then begins to run, firing off one final shot at Mr. Beauregard as he lies helpless on the ground. The offender then continues running northbound on 35th Street towards Spring Garden Street. The offender in this incident is described as being a black male, thin build, wearing a dark hooded sweatshirt and dark pants. He had on a light in color COVID-style mask, which covered his mouth and chin. The offender was observed on video surveillance lingering around in the area well before the incident at 11:21 p.m. Mr. Beauregard was only 23 years old. He was a Temple graduate who was going to be entering a master's degree program. He was employed by Wells Fargo and had no prior arrests. Tragically, Mr. Beauregard's life was cut short by this horrific act of violence, and for no apparent reason whatsoever. This was not a robbery attempt, as we initially believed. This wasn't an argument between Mr. Beauregard and the offender. Not a word was spoken between the two,